So tonight we are going to make a sympathy card using the Delicate Dahlias and Peaceful Moments stamp sets. I decided to case a Bonnie O'Neill card that I found on her website, and I thought it was super cute. So I wanted to show you guys how I did it. Let's get started. So for today's card, I went ahead and pre-cut everything for you guys. I've got a white card base, and that's going to be 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then it is scored at the 5.5 inch mark. I've got my gorgeous grape cardstock here, which is going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I've got my Coastal Cabana cardstock, which I've already pre-embossed with my gingham embossing folder, and that's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. I also have another piece of white cardstock, and this one is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. So I will also be using my Delicate Dahlia stamp set today. I pulled my sentiment from the Peaceful Moments stamp set. I'm going to be using the With Deepest Sympathy. And then of course I've got my stamp pads here, the Coastal Cabana and Gorgeous Grape to match the cardstock, my pastel pearls, and I will also be using the crinkled seam binding ribbon, and I'm going to be doing something fun with that today. I'm actually going to be using my watercolor pen to color it to match the card. And then I've also got my embossing folder here. This is the one that I used for the Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to start off with my white cardstock here, and you can see I already did my tester, and I decided that the color I was going to use was a little too light for the sentiment, so I'm going to go in with the Gorgeous Grape. Do my tester. Yeah, that's a lot darker. I like that a little bit better for the sentiment. So re-ink it, and then I'm going to go put that in the bottom right corner. And I like that a lot better. So I'm going to clean off my sentiment stamp. And then I'm going to go in with my Dahlia flower. Make sure I got that all nice and inked up. And I'm just going to put this here in the top left corner. Alright, perfect. And then I'm going to switch out the Gorgeous Grape for the Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to take one of the smaller flowers from the stamp set. And I'm just going to add a couple on either side of the flower. Okay, I like that. And then do I want to add one right here? Yeah. Add one over in the corner. All right, so I've got that part done. And then while I've got my Coastal Cabana blue out, I'm going to take my watercolor pen, and I'm going to show you guys how I did the ribbon color from the last video. So in the last video, I used the Berry Blessing stamp set, and I used Pacific Point for my ribbon, but this one's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to get my pen a little bit wet, make sure all the color's off of it from the last time I used it, and then I'm just going to dip it in my ink pad and start coloring in my ribbon. Right, and then I just need to let that dry. and we'll be able to use it for the card. All right, so I let my ribbon dry, and now we're going to start assembling the card. So I'm going to take my Gorgeous Grape cardstock, my Coastal Cabana embossed cardstock, and my sentiment piece, and I'm going to go ahead and tape down the Coastal Cabana to the Gorgeous Grape. So I'm just going to try to center this one. Slide that over a little bit. And then I'm going to tape down the back of the sentiment card. And this one is going to line up with the blue at the top. Oh, probably helps if I put it on the right way. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat in the background. She wants out. She wants to see what I'm doing. All right, so I'd say that looks pretty good. So then we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to tie this around the back of this card. So I'm still pretty new with the bows, so this may not look the best, but you'll get the idea. If you guys have any tips or tricks on how to make the bows stay centered, please let me know. And then I'm going to cut off the end of this one because that was the part that didn't have any color on it. Alright, so we have the main part of the card finished. So I'm just going to turn this over and tape it down. And we're going to take our card base and we're going to center that. And then the last part is just adding the little finishing touches. So I'm going to use my pastel pearls, and I don't have, it's not quite the Coastal Cabana, but it does look closer because of the ribbon, so I might try to use both of these colors. So I'm going to start with my purple. Oh gosh. And we're going to put one down here. And I'm going to put one of the blue ones just put it right there. And then I'll take another purple one and put it right there. All right, and now you have a finished card.